2024 Sao Paulo Grand Prix, baby. We're back in Brazil. I believe this is the last of the triple header, and then all the mechanics and staff members, all that get to take a nice, cute little break before we head into the final stretch of the season. Can't wait for that. I've actually got some big stuff, some big predictions. So let's get into it. But before we do, check the description, click that link, pretty please. Check out my boy, he made the beat. Everything in there, socials in there. Let's get it. Back in Sao Paulo, baby. And pole position, straight into it. I've got one man for the job. You didn't see that. I've got Lando Norris. Lando Norris pole. He hasn't had pole in, I think, like a while. It's been a fair few races. Last weekend, I had picked the wrong Ferrari for pole position. Carlos decided to be the fastest driver ever to grace the circuit. It was crazy. Honestly, that was maybe the best qualifying lap I've seen in the entirety of 2024. That was fucking insane. But I got Lando Norris. Just off vibes. He is good around here, but there's a lot of drivers that are good around here. Like Hamilton's very good around here, obviously, but we know what car he's in. But besides that, got Lando for pole. Let's get into the main race predictions. I've got a lot. Normally, I feel like it's been a while since I've chucked like a bunch of people in DNF, but I do. Gasly, Stroll, Lawson, and I've got one more. Now this is banking off. Let me tell you, Matthew. This is banking off Max hopefully getting that engine penalty and at least a bare minimum of a 5 or greater penalty. I'm hoping he's far back enough in the pack to where he's just mixed up with absolutely everyone, and then he gets taken out for like no reason or like a reason. Max is not the most sensible driver sometimes, but I'm banking on him just like being in the middle of a bunch of psychopaths and just like having something awful happen. That's what I'm hoping for. That is what I'm hoping for. Goobed, I've only got 2. I've got Ocon. I don't know. I've had a dream. I saw a vision. I've got no faith in Ocon this weekend. And I've got Sergio Perez. I don't really have to explain myself. This guy's bad. He'll be lucky to have a seat next year. Very, very lucky to have a seat next year. Because, those Red Bull contracts are not worth the paper they are written on. So, Shush Drive. I've only got one, and it's Fernando Alonso. Fernando, obviously, very talented around here. Very good. If he could just have a competent car beneath him. I mean, actually, it's not even that the car, well, obviously it's not, it's not like 2023. It's not like that. But I think the problem really is also the combination of lack of development and also Haas have shot up, Williams have shot up. Alpine nearly became competent for like a few races. And VCARB probably would be scoring points if the strategists weren't walking clowns. And a bit of, bad luck here and there. But the strategists, I'm going to make a last minute swap before we break into our top 10. 10th position, I would like to place him higher because I love him. But I've got Yuki Tsunoda in 10th. We will have a race this weekend. Yuki will have a race this weekend. He will have a race this weekend. He will have a race this weekend. Breaking into 9th, I've got Colapinto. Spoiler alert, no Albon. I decided to not put him in Shush Drive or Goobed. Because Colapinto, I think, is just freakishly talented. And I really hope he has a seat. Sauber would be cool, assuming he could stay on for Audi. That would be great. Even though, I don't know, I have a lot of faith. I have so much faith in the Williams trajectory. I think they'll be fighting for at least podiums in 26. Maybe even 25, dude, because they're banking. They've been banking all their assets and resources on 25 for that car. So like that could easily happen. But I really hope this man gets a seat. Gets a competent seat. Like I know he's been talking to some of the Red Bull boys about VCARB and all that, but I don't care. He's not gonna. I mean, if he ends up at a Red Bull, holy shite. First of all, I'm killing myself, and Yuki should kill at least 5 people, but. We'll talk about that another day. Moving on, we got 8th and 7th respectively, and I've got both of the Haas boys. They've been cooking ever since, dude. Komatsu, bro. I didn't even say anything. Has been cooking ever since he came to the team, and they haven't even had a simulator this entire time being an F1 team. That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. But I honestly don't see a reason for them to not get double points. Kevin Magnussen is goated around Sao Paulo, as we know. Hulkenberg goated around Sao Paulo, as we know. The car is probably the 5th fastest right now. I think on some occasions it's been very close to the 4th. Actually, it might have been the 4th in a few races. Back when Hulkenberg was competing with Max and Perez very nearly, but was just very unlucky in the start of the race. Same with Kevin. That race where he got a 10-second penalty, but was somehow closing in on Perez. That was ridiculous. So I honestly, until I see reasons to not put them both in the points, I'm gonna keep doing it. Moving on. What position is it now? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is 6. Got George Russell. I was counting the drivers up beneath, by the way, not these 4. Let's be clear. George Russell, I don't know. He's just having like kind of an anonymous. I said this last time in predictions. You can put this guy anywhere from like 8th to 1st, and it's honestly whatever. Like this guy's kind of everywhere. Out of all the top 6 drivers, picking them are kind of random, but Russell is the most random. Besides maybe Max, to be honest, at the moment, or even Carlos. Him, Carlos, and Max, you can just like chuck anywhere between 1st and 7th, and it's like, yeah, okay. And speaking of Carlos, I've got him next up on 5th, which would be, a bit of a sad fall off after the last race in Mexico, where you just pulled an actual masterclass. I expect that to see on the Vilgax F1 2024 awards, the prestigious Vilgax awards of best drivers of the season. That was absolutely phenomenal. Qualifying lap too. I might make a separate category for the qualifying lap, and I'll just have it purely for that. But Carlos, 5th is fine. You got 2 McLarens ahead of you. You got Hamilton, spoilers, ahead of you. It's whatever. 5th is fine. It's still very good. Keeps him in the fight for constructors. Can't really say anymore. In the 4th position, I finally put a McLaren outside of the podium in a prediction. It's been a while since we've done that, because realistically, they probably should be placing in the podium. And I think Oscar did have a very good race, but there's only so much he can do starting in P16 and being fended off by the mighty Magnussen, the KSwag. Oh my god, he's so good. Oh my god. Okay, I need to move on before I remember that K-Mag's going to be in the car next season and I have a breakdown and cry. So, Hamilton, 3rd. Back on the podium. It's Sao Paulo. He loves this track. Second home to him. Second home race to Hamilton. Mighty around here. I could only hope. If I could wish for him to win one more race, it would be Sao Paulo. I bet that would probably mean a lot to him to win Sao Paulo one more time before retiring. I'm sure he would love that. But for now, I don't see that happening because of Charles and Lando just being in the cars that they are in, and both of them, well, more so Charlie, being in such high form. It's ridiculous. So maybe next year when he's in the Ferrari. But for now, for 2nd and 1st, and this is going to be no shock to anyone that's been watching any of the predictions, I've got Charlie in 2nd, big shock, and I've got Lando in 1st. I don't really have to validate this. This is just our vibes. Charlie has been in immaculate form. Lando, I'm not even convinced that McLaren is actually the fastest car. Maybe over a lap, I could believe that. But in terms of at least tire degradation and like race pace, I'm actually not super convinced. It's hard. It's really hard to tell. I'd love to see Lando and Charlie in the same car to actually compare them, compare their talents, just to see how either washed Lando is or how fucking goated Charlie is. Because he's very clearly a top 3 driver of this season. If you think otherwise, you're just an idiot. And you don't deserve talking rights, like, quite frankly. But there's time for that. There's end of year list. There's the Vilgax Awards. For now, though, let's do a quick little recap, and then I'll let you go. I'll let your fine ass go. DNF, I've got a mighty 4 pool of Max, Liam, Stroll. And then Gasly, Goobed, I've got Ocon, I've got Perez, Shy Strive only won this time. I've got Alonso. I expect him to be around 12th or something. Something like that. Maybe right next to Albon. And then breaking into the top 10, we got Yuki 10th, Colapinto 9th, KSwag 8th, Hulkenberg 7th, G. Russell 6th, Carlos Sainz 5th, and Oscar 4th. And breaking into the podium, Hamilton back on a 3rd, Charlie on a 2nd, and then Lando 1st for this race weekend. I've been your host, Vilgas Cash Money. I hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully the timetable for this race is not miserable for you, as I think it might be for me, going off memory. And eat your greens, drink some water, don't skip legs, hit the treadmill, get the cardio up. I know it sucks, but look, you have a wife, I hope, and kids, I hope, and at least a girlfriend, or like a boyfriend. You want to live longer for them, don't you? Get your health up. I've been your host. Check the description, please. Pretty please. Love you. Love you, love you. Goodbye.